Welcome to the NEC Women in Business series. At NEC, we'd like to take this opportunity to celebrate the social, economic, cultural and political achievements of women around the globe. And throughout this series, we'll be talking to women from NEC and highlighting their experiences, knowledge and mindsets within business. Today, we're lucky to have with us Asako Aoyama, VP of Chief Financial Officer of Global Business Unit for NEC Corporation. Asako oversees the finance organisations across 5 continents, along with the Japan-based team called Global Finance. She was the first Japanese female named to the board of directors in the history of Coca-Cola in Japan. She's a Japanese CPA and holds MBA from the Business School of the Ohio State University. Asako, many thanks for joining me today. What is exceptional leadership?
So for me, exceptional leaders are the ones who have vision, strategy, and resource to provide the solutions to the society. Without having a vision, you don't know where to go. Without having a strategy, you don't know what to do. Without resource, you only have an idea. It's never been executed. So as an exceptional leader, I try to have a vision and strategy and resource and make sure that I give an influence to go to the right and one direction as an entire organization. You can't do that all at once. It's like riding a bicycle. You have to test a skill and you have to practice. And sometimes you fell from the bicycle, but that's okay. You can just stand up and try to, do the cycling once again. And I've worked with so many great leaders. Some of them are very charismatic, somewhat a bit scary to be with, but it's so inspiring because they are so smart and brilliant and they have such a great image of vision and strategy. So, looking at so many various leadership styles, I come to understand that there is no one single solution or right answer to be a good leader. Rather, I think, you have to test your new skills and you need to find your own leadership style.
How do you think mentorship helps women progress in their careers and drive learning and development?
So I think mentor is quite important, especially for women. For me, at the time when I needed the mentor the most was at the time when I had a first child. And as being a new working mother, I wasn't sure whether I can make it. And in Japan, where society still have a very strict gender role, and I didn't see much of the good examples around me who balance the life and career and who have the aspiration to have a higher career goal while they are raising small ones. And so I tried to look for my own mentors. And one day I found one. So she was the vice president of the marketing in the Coca-Cola company. And what I learned from her is really 2 things. One is that there's no such superwoman, and don't try to be a superwoman. And second, you can still be yourself, and you don't have to be a man to be a leader. So those 2 things in my mind, I think role models is so important for women to be encouraged and making sure that we're not alone. So I've gotten this from her and some other women leaders. So it's now my turn to give this back to my sister colleagues. And so if you look at this video and you need somebody, maybe in the Asian countries, who feels that you need to have a role model, try to look for me. I'll be always there with you to chat with you to see what it's like to be a female leader. There's no superwoman. I'm not a superwoman either. But having that conversation is quite critical to carry on.
So what have your experiences as a woman sort of been in research and education, and do you think that there's enough that's been done to make a future in technology more accessible to women?
Unfortunately, the answer is no. And it's probably no to many countries, including Japan. But I can tell you the story of my own, occurred in Japan. So when I was a student, I really liked math. I'm a very logical person, so I liked mathematics a lot, but I didn't like physics. So everybody around me, including my parents and teacher, told me that I should go to liberal arts for the university because I don't like physics. And I realized that I like accounting and economics because I liked numbers much more than the marketing. But then now that you ask me that questions, I realized that there's nobody that told me that I should go to science because I like mathematics. Now that I think that, not only we don't give an opportunities to, especially to the girls, to the STEM courses, we don't provide the sufficient encouragement to make sure that they have an option to choose the science or those STEM courses as their options. Now, if you test it and you don't like it, that's okay too. But if you close the window at the enter point, then there is no big room for us to grow the talents, especially within this female community. So I guess not only the courses per se, but the encouragement is definitely needed in order for us to encourage the women to go to this path.
Asako, many thanks for your time today and your fantastic insights into your experiences within business. It's been a pleasure being able to have a conversation with you, and so pleased that we're able to get access to one of our key females at NEC Corporation that can project this and push this forward. Join us in the next episode of this series to hear from other females within NEC and their varied experiences within business.